behalf of the whole team, I would like to say that it's a great pleasure being here in front of you. The title of our research inquiry is A Decade Worth an Era. We have chosen this because we believe that over the past decade, a lot has happened in the world, and it's also the time where we grew the most and learned the most. We will be discussing events in 4 countries, and afterwards provide a worldwide summary.
Firstly, the United States of America have experienced drastic changes during this period of time. Those vary from President Obama getting re-elected in 2012 to same-sex marriage being legalized in all states in 2015, and natural disasters with 3 hurricanes in 2017. Having the first picture of a black hole taken in 2019 has showed us how much technology had improved in 9 years since the release of the iPad and iPhone in 2010. However, the important thing is, how did those things affect our lives and shape our perceptions of the world? The mass terrorist shootings, which are part of our daily fears, have affected thousands of people around the world and changed lives in seconds. Donald Trump getting elected in 2016 as president showed the world that not everyone is interested in saving the planet after he pulled out of the Paris Agreement that President Obama had been working hard towards achieving. This showed the world that in order to succeed, we need to be united and fight for what we believe in.
Qatar is the richest country in the world. However, the problems that it has dealt with are quite different from what would be expected, which is the main reason that we have decided to focus on it. They have taken part in numerous military operations in places like Libya in 2011 and once again in 2014 in a US-led strike on Libya. The first legislative elections were scheduled to take place in 2013, but they have been repeatedly postponed. This is an important factor as it shows the lack of similarity it has with European countries and provides an insight into a completely different way of living. In 2012, Sheikh Hamad visits Gaza for the first time in 5 years. Gaza is important because it is thought to represent the important truth about the Arab war against the Jews in Israel.
Thirdly, I'll be discussing the past decade issues in China. There have been a lot of developments and achievements there, varying from the first manual docking of a spacecraft in 2012 to the government passing a new cybersecurity law in 2017. In 2013, China overtook the US in scientific research, which is very important in showing the overall world development taking place as countries compete with each other to be the best. In 2014, the trade increased by 14%, which is important in pointing how countries have developed numerous trade agreements over the past decade. Of course, I could not miss out the Hong Kong anti-government and pro-democracy 2019 protests, which were closely related to the influence that China has on Hong Kong and the control it wants to exert on it. Schools being shut down affected overall education in the area, and there was a lot of international involvement in the issue.
The United Kingdom did not have an uneventful decade either. The most important thing since 2016 being Brexit has had a massive impact on the whole world, with thousands of people facing uncertainty about their futures. In 2012, the Summer Olympic Games took place in East London, which brought long-needed regeneration to areas and attracted foreign investments there. On the negative side of things, the Manchester Arena bombing in 2017 had a devastating effect and was not the only terrorist attack that took place over the past decade, as my teammate Cassie has already mentioned. In 2013, the House of the Commons voted against military involvement in Syria, which we personally believe was a way of Britain trying to ignore a major world issue which is being fought to this day. Finally, last year Boris Johnson was elected president, which was meant to bring certainty about Brexit, but it has yet again been postponed. In order to conclude all that we have said, let us consider the overall effect on every individual that these events have. We are all benefiting from the technological advancements. A lot of military forces have suffered the consequences of civil war in Syria and other places. Terrorist attacks have affected the decisions that we have made, but most importantly, we cannot possibly ignore the environmental impacts that this decade has had upon our world. 2 recent events show that actions are required immediately. The Amazon rainforest wildfires and the Australian bushfires are both evidential that over this decade we have been polluting the environment and exhausting so many resources without thinking of the consequences. Therefore, this is the reason that we have called this research a decade worth an era.
Yeah, so a large scope of countries there, and the main thing that seems to unite them is division. So I wonder, do you think through globalisation, it's not differences that cause conflict, it's similarities. And therefore, is division ever going to end?
Well, we live in a world where social media is an important part, as a lot of people have already mentioned, and it does not only unite us, but it also divides us in our opinions. So, division will always be a problem because people have different opinions, and because we live in a world where we express them, as a lot of people have already mentioned, it will never end because people just want to express what they feel.
Anybody else in the panel wish to ask a question?
If I was going to push you, ladies, I mean, I think the theme is a good one. It reminds me of a quote that I'm now going to misquote, and I can't even remember the author, so I can't attribute it either. But it goes something like, "Decades pass and nothing happens, then days pass and decades happen." And it seems to me your thesis is that an enormous amount has happened in this past 10 years, and you've picked 4 very representative countries. If I really pushed you and said, give your decade without a name, what would you call it? The decade of what?
If I was to call it something, I would probably call it what the TC girls have already mentioned, which is the end of reckoning, and I do not want to take that from them. So I believe a lot has happened, but obviously environmental impacts are very important. So it will probably be remembered as the turning point in our world.
Thank you.